today we have to know something about the connection of Sahaja Yoga with this Mother Earth. It is very important that we must understand the value of the Mother Earth. She has been very kind to all of you. She has been sucking your vibrations. She has been, otherwise also, she has given you everything that you see around. So today, we have to understand the connection and the symbolic expression of the Mother Earth within ourselves. I have told you before also that Kundalini, which is in 3.5 coils, is placed within the triangular bone. Now this abode of the Kundalini is called as Mooladhara and is represented in the universe as this Mother Earth. Or in the puja, it is represented as the Kumbha. I don't know if you have made the Kumbha or not. Have you? The Kumbha is sitting there. So far, in the movement of our consciousness, we have been trying to understand the God Almighty and all other 5 elements that we call as important. What is it?
I think the microphone's working now.
Huh?
I think the microphone's working now.
Working. So is it? And also, the consciousness has been moving towards the understanding of all the other 4 elements but the Mother Earth. That had to be such, because unless and until the understanding of all these 4 other elements are brought to a certain degree, the Mother Earth cannot express itself. Like if all your chakras, 4 chakras, are caught up, you cannot reach the Kundalini. You cannot give self-realization. You cannot have a mass evolutionary process done. That's why we had yajnas, all other methods of exciting the 4 elements. They worshipped the water, and they worshipped air, the sky, the firmament, the light. And that's how we came up to the time of Christ where light was worshipped. But today, when we are in this modern Sahaja Yoga, we are actually at the level of the Mother Earth, because as they say, is the age of the Aquarius. And Aquarius is the same as the Kumbha, is the Mother Earth. So we are at the level of the Mother Earth. You can also see in the consciousness of human beings. I am saying not only men but women also, and men. The consciousness is moving more towards the feminine expression of life. But as stupid as human beings are, the feminists also have been very stupid, that they are fighting on the level of rationality, of economics, of politics, all useless things. Equality on all these things, if they are to be sought, you become men. You just become like men. If you are argumentative, if you are rational, if you talk like man, it's a masculine development. But the mother's development, the feminine development, is not equality in the way the men have been stupid. No use competing with men in their stupidity. The amount of stupidity has been created already for us quite sufficiently. The whole world today is expressing that nonsense that they had, the competition, the aggression, the oppression. So the other side of the woman, which was called as the dominated one, the dark side, the oppressed and all that, has to express itself in a different way. The whole mode, the style has to change. See now, in Christianity, one should understand why Christianity, even Judaism, any religion, even Hinduism and all that. But more in Christianity, surprising, they just had no place for Mary, and Muslims even crowned it by completely cancelling Fatima. And on top of that, you will see that among Christians, I think that ordination of what you call that is not given to the women, while Christ was not born of a man. But that does not in any way mean that you compete men in their foolish enterprises, by which they have practically brought this world to such a ruinous state. So today we have to understand that it is the time for the motherly qualities to develop. Even a man, when he becomes motherly, only he becomes a great man. Like Christ, when he had compassion, he was called as a great man. So the quality of a woman as a mother, goddess is always as a mother. And she is the power most important to ignite Sahaja Yoga. Now how she ignites, I'll tell you. I'll give an analogy, but analogy should not be carried too far. As wise Sahaja Yogis, you should not carry it too far. Say there's a zero, it has no meaning. In the same way, God Almighty has no meaning till you put some sort of 1 or 2 before it. It's a zero. It has an existence, but it has no capacity or a power to express itself. So it's a zero. Like that, we should say the masculine growth is a zero. Another analogy I'll give you to understand it, that if you see the very high power wires, you see, going over your heads, they are absolutely harmless. There's no trouble. In Delhi there was a suggestion that there's a very big plot of land available where there are high power wires are going, and we can have it for free. But I asked, what's the problem? They said, only if earth gets connected with that, then you will have problem. So till this high power thing, whatever it is not connected with the earth, it has no meaning at all. But earth is very different from this dynamic power that is flowing through those wires which are zero, which mean nothing. In the same way, in a woman, the womb of a woman is the Kundalini. Now what is a womb? Now, if that is the Kundalini, that expresses the Kundalini in the gross, that means the Mother Earth is also like the womb. Now what does a womb do? It receives the sperm, which is just a frivolous act of man, or you can say just an aggression, and she then nourishes, looks after it, corrects it, and allows it to grow in not an aggressive way, but in a very compassionate and a sensible way, till it is expelled out of the womb when it is grown up. So the idea of womb is that the expression has to be in such a manner that it does not dominate. It does not dominate the embryo. If it dominates, how can it grow? So it nourishes it and makes it grow. This is what today's Sahaja Yoga is. That now the Mother Earth is the one who is symbolized within you as the Muladhara, as symbolized as the Adi Shakti here, is sitting down before you to nourish you, to make you grow into new personalities, into mature personalities. This concept we must understand. So the women of the West must understand that the nonsensical ideas they have taken from men must be completely discarded. They have to become women first. Those women who just start talking like men can never help in Sahaja Yoga. They have to be like this Mother Earth, who allows you to do what you like with her. I mean, you human beings have been so stupid to exploit her to the maximum. Not only that, but also she bears lot of nonsense upon herself. But then a time reaches where she becomes explosive. Then she starts consuming people inside herself. And when she consumes people, then you see the earthquakes and droughts, this and that, all these things start coming in, and people get engulfed into these problems, which they blame Mother Earth for that. The problems that human beings have created out of aggressive nature, even aggression towards the Mother Earth, they have to pay dividend for that, and they are paying. Now to stop this kind of a movement of aggressiveness,